Hi, everybody. This is the Third Eye Unplugged, and today we are doing live readings. For anybody that wants to write in the comments section with questions, we've got in the corner Trish-Ann Josephs. She is a gifted psychic, and we've got Wendy Rapp, who is also a very gifted psychic. We have Joyce Lamitos, who is a psychic and intuitive and clairvoyant and medium, and me, who is an astrologer. And we have Adrian. Adrian is going to be our soundboard. We're going to ask her questions. So while we're waiting for people, oh, hey, Andrew, how you doing? Andrew is saying hi. Good to see everybody.
Hi,
Andrew. You got any questions, Andrew? So do we have any interesting things that have gone on this week that we want to talk about?
Yeah, go ahead. You?
Oh, no, go ahead. You.
I always wonder, you know, I do the paranormal research and I do the EVPs and I get all that. I always wonder when people come in with their phones and they're recording, do they ever get something spiritual on the, you know, a spirit on the phone? Well, a lady emailed me this week, a lady I've been reading for a couple of years now, and she said, oh my God, Wendy, you're not going to believe it, but these voices are coming through confirming what you're saying on the phone. And I said, well, she thought it was my spirit guides, and my spirit guide said, no, it's her spirit guides, because there's a group of them that she heard talking. And then she went back and listened to past recordings, and it's on all her recordings.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like everybody, if you record your sessions with any of us, go home and really, really, really listen.
Yes.
But it's, oh, that is so, it's phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
It happens, really.
Yeah.
Laurel Lee has joined us too. Hi, Laurel.
Hi, Laura. Hi, sweetheart.
It's Gemini Day. Anybody have any questions?
You must have some questions. Come on, guys.
What's in the cup? Water.
Oh,
Water,
we're doing in Third Eye Unplugged style. We're drinking some. Well, what is this? This is Prophecy wine.
Very appropriate.
It's a light rosé. It's very lovely. Adrian bought it.
Oh.
Adrian's the
That's
bad.
really why I'm drinking.
Adrian's the bad
Very
influence
alcohol.
tonight. She's the bad influence.
Very.
It's not me. It's not me.
And I'm having Twinings green tea with honey.
Oh, okay. Andrew wants to know, what is your primary animal totem and how did you discover that? To who? Who were you asking that to? Maybe to all of us? Well, why don't you start, because you're the first one who did
Okay. Well, I have a couple of them, so it's hard. I was going to say probably the wolf. That's the first one that ever showed up when I started doing shaman work, like, oh my God, 25, 30 years ago. And is the wolf. It's a really great power animal for a woman because it helps to give you, it's very intuitive. There's kind of a mothering feeling about the wolf. You think of the wolves out in the wild, but the most important thing is their pups, is being with the pack. It's also very brave. There's actually a wonderful book written, Women Who Run with Wolves. And I find a lot of women that I read for, and I've done shaman work, do have wolves as a power animal. And I see it very often when I'm journeying, still to this day, the wolf will show up. I have others though too. I have an owl, and I actually have a goose. I love my goose. And when I journey, she sort of, I get on her back and she flies and she takes me to upper world. Usually she takes me on upper world journeys, but those are the three most prominent.
Laurel, people often find their spirit animal through doing a shamanic journey. There's also the belief that you can identify them by seeing them 3 times in your daily world. If you see them like in a couple of days,
Yeah.
if the same animal keeps showing up all the time, that's really how I discovered the fox was my power animal. And it kind of makes sense. The fox has to circle and circle and circle before he figures out what he's going to do. But that's how I discovered it before shamanic journey, was just seeing them all the time. Okay. Mary wants to know, hi, wondering about a new business starting. So, Mary, what sign are you? I think it might be your friend Mary, I'm not sure.
Sad.
Oh.
Chris, why don't you take this?
Is it Mary Mon?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Mary Trish identifies you as being a Sagittarius. From an astrologer's point of view, this fall, Jupiter moves into a Sagittarius, so that's a really good time for a Sag person to start a business. Opportunities on your side. The only thing that you want to be careful of is not overdoing it. You want to start carefully and grow gradually over a slow period of time. Okay? Okay, Erica Robinson joined. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Erica. We miss you.
Hi.
Um,
Oh, can I talk about what the cards I got from Mary?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
For Mary, okay.
So I was just seeing that there's a man involved, maybe a man and a younger man involved, dissatisfied with maybe the way it's being started up or how they view the future of it. So it's this time to just kind of expand and go with the flow as opposed to trying to force your way in. It's a little vague, but that's the energy I'm getting. And I'm getting just happy times in relationships for you. And a new beginning that makes you happy.
And then I want to say on what you said, I feel like whatever this idea is a good idea, but it feels like other people coming in, creating some confusion around the idea, or maybe it's advice that they think is the right advice. And I'm getting, you need to stick with your game plan because you've got a good game plan, stick with it. It's one thing to listen to advice, but you don't have to take it. Everybody else doesn't know better than you do.
Thank you. Yes, that clears what I was seeing up. Thank you. It's
And
other people's advice.
I also got a few things too. Make sure you have the right financial support and backing. Very, very important, okay? And to stay focused. Don't have your mind all over. Have a plan and stay with it. Very, very important. Just hang in there. No matter what anybody says or whatever situations come up, it's your dream, it's your vision, stay with it. And you will be successful. You really will, but you need to do something that nurtures you, something that is expressing your inner being. Not what all the world is doing, not because it's a lot of money in it, but you have to do it because you love what you're going to do.
Okay, Nancy Dunn-Fury is on. She's saying hi. Hey, Nancy. Now, Laurel Lee also wants to know, will I have luck with new money investments I am making? If so, will it be soon? Well, I know the rest of your chart, Laurel, but from an astrologer's point of view, I would probably, it looks a little bit better later on in the fall when Jupiter forms an opposition to your chart. Right now, Saturn's in Capricorn, which is forming what we call an in conjunction to your sun sign. And that would make it, I believe, that's a sixth house in conjunction, I believe, sixth house aspect to you. No, that's an eighth house aspect. So that's more, that actually, you would get, there could be a lot of success as far as investing, but you have to be very careful and don't expect a lot of gains right now. That would be my guess, but everybody else will have their.
Yeah, is it okay, Beck?
Of course.
I do see that there's good ideas, but it feels like there's more emotion behind what you want to invest in than like logic. It feels like there's someone you need to be talking to who knows the field, who's going to give you good advice. And I have to agree with Chris. Whatever the advice is that you get, I just see it being good advice, but it's going to be a waiting game to see the returns. But I do see returns, so.
Repeat the question again.
Laura wants to know, will I have luck with new money investments I'm making? If so, will it be soon?
Well, I do feel that you're going to have luck, but I think there might be sort of a little bit of a delay around it. I just get a feeling that right now the opportunities are good, but I feel that either you yourself are going to have some second thoughts about it, or there may be some delays around it. But I pick up in about 3 months from now, things are going to be a lot better. And I think you might expand out into some new fields of endeavor. There might be some new investments other than the investments that you've already been involved in. But it's a good time. The only thing is I kind of get like, you got to sort of really look at things too. I mean, this is a time to be very cautious. The opportunities are there. Take your time. And then when you've made up your mind, go ahead with it because it's going to be all right. As I said, I kind of see in the fall. I feel like coming up maybe like October, November, things are going to look really good.
And I'm getting, if you're investing in real estate or some sort of property, to make sure that you like it or love it. If it feels good in your gut and your heart, then do it. But if someone else is telling you this is a good deal, you should do this, and you're like, you should wait until you find it sort of clicks with you inside, that investment or that property. It's like, yeah, that's where I want to put my money. And like everyone else has said, it looks like that there might be a quiet time and then things gaining momentum later on in several months. That'd be good.
Well, Laurel says thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Okay, Marion Becker Calabris.
Oh, hi, Miriam.
Will this year bring improved finances? What sign are you, Marion? Virgo. Oh, well, no, that's somebody else. Marion, what sign are you? Now let the girls start working on the
What was
astrology.
the question again?
Will this year bring improved finances?
A lot of financial questions here today.
Well, I'm getting maybe that you've been dealing with some issues or some hard times and working hard because I feel like overburdened. But a man here who's helping, or who's helping you look at the situation. It feels like a completion or an ending is necessary in order for you to start anew or expand. I am getting the next 6 months, the Star card, which is all about healing and renewed enthusiasm and a good momentum forward. So it's just going to be like time to complete things, finish them, get rid of them, and then you can start anew.
Marion is a Capricorn. So right now, Saturn is in Capricorn, which means, and it's, Saturn in your own sign is usually a really hard time, especially when it comes to money. But a Capricorn's entire life is generally a Saturn transit. So you actually can do well with this, but I would say not to expect huge gains right now. This is about work. This is about getting rid of what doesn't work. This is about going down to the bare bones. This is about rolling up your sleeves and working really hard. The positive times will come later on, about 2 years from now. Some really good energy with Jupiter goes into Capricorn. But right now, it's about hard work. That would be I'm not expecting a huge amount. It's work that's taking you someplace, but I don't know if it's going to be huge amounts right now.
And I'm seeing some stress around the man in your life, and I get the feeling this is your husband. I don't know if there's some stress or worry concerning work. I don't know if he's worried about being laid off, or I want to retire now and I can't. But I feel like there's a feeling of needing to stick with whatever he's doing for a while yet. It's not time. I don't know what that means, time to move on to another job or time to leave. But it does feel like, and I'd have to agree with Chris, it's going to be a while before I see something really turning the corner for you, maybe a good year or so out. But it feels like you'll be okay until you make that turn. So I hope that's helpful.
I get very similar. I feel right now, things have been pretty good for you. I don't think they've been really bad. I feel that maybe there is an excess of money, something you want to invest, but I do feel a man that cares for you, somebody in the home. So it could be a husband, father, somebody that you're very close to. And I feel there are a lot of opportunities. They're there. They're really there. But I kind of feel like it's more up ahead. I just get this sense like it's not now. I feel that, maybe in about 3 months, 2 or 3 months from now, you're going to have a much better idea on what you need to do. And I think then you're going to go with it. You're going to move with it. I feel, but right now, I would just get the feeling like to kind of sit on it a little bit.
Well, she's saying she's retiring.
Well,
So
there's
that
a
makes
lot of
sense.
money. There's a lot of money.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
When is she retiring, did she say?
Marion, when are you retiring? We also asked
Okay.
some questions too.
Because I just then have fun. The last card I picked is a fun
Oh,
card.
fun.
Fun.
Do that. Have fun.
Okay, and going back here, Kara Shearer asks, Virgo here, what's in store for me? That's a broad question.
That's yours, Chris. You're the Virgo.
I'm the Virgo, so my default setting is to always do Virgo reading, and so is Wendy. So, Virgo is in a unique astrological time period right now. Saturn is in Capricorn, Taurus, Uranus is in Taurus, so that's what we call a grand trine energy. It's very favorable for us. It is a good time for hard work leading to positive results. But I need to reinforce the hard work part. Saturn in Capricorn is a lot of delays, a lot of disappointments along the way. Hang in there, because something good will happen from all of your efforts. But it's a lot of hard work. The Uranus and Taurus energy, sometime in the next year or so, or two, there's going to be an opportunity showing up for you. That's going to be a good thing, but it's going to be asking you to step outside your comfort zone. Now, the problem here is that these are both, you've got Uranus is making a ninth house aspect to you, and Saturn's making a fifth house aspect. So Uranus is opportunity from possibly far away, something to do with foreign investment, something to do with foreign actions. Travel's really heavily suggested, and opportunities for travel. The fifth house is be careful about making super crazy investments, which you would anyway because you're a Virgo. So it's good, but hard work. Okay, that's enough about me. What do you got else to say?
What's her name again?
Her name is Kara.
Kara, I feel like there's a huge shift coming for you. It's still a ways out, but it might be closer to like the end of the year, literal end of the calendar year. But it feels like a shift that involves a move, and it involves romance. So it moves forward quickly, but in a very positive way. So I'm picking up on romance and work, move.
Well, I've got some children here, so that could be your inner child and your desires that when you were a child, what you wanted to be when you grew up. But I also have going back to school or teaching, and it's like, oh, maybe I don't want to do that, but it would be a good thing for you to do. I also see movement or a move, but yeah, some sort of connection between you and your mom, or if you have children, you and your children are going to become very important to you.
Read that once again. I don't.
Virgo here. What's in store for me?
Well, first of all, these are great cards. This is a great spread here. I feel there's a lot of good opportunities right in that round. It's actually a good time for you to start looking at new things in your life, to creative things. Maybe, I don't know, maybe taking a course, learning, knowledge. There's some things in your life that you need to kind of get rid of, things that are not working. A little bit too much stress, too much thinking going on. More spiritual, study metaphysics, spirituality. And I really feel that you have yourself, you're a very strong person. And I feel that you need to be inspired all the time. So keep yourself inspired. There is definitely money and good things coming up. There could be possibly love. I get romance, a good feeling around romance coming up. And it may not be now. You may have to wait. I'm going to say maybe toward the end of the year. But I also feel there could be some kind of lawsuit or some kind of something around legality coming up. But I don't feel that now, but I feel that something is going to be settled within the next 2 years, something that's going to be, I think, really be profitable for you. And I think whatever it is, it's going to kind of give a whole new lease on life, a new way of looking at things.
Okay. So Nancy Dunfury wants to know, just to follow up to my time with the Third Eye Group, a position in DEP emergency management has come up, and I will be interviewing in 3 to 4 weeks. As I mentioned, there will be a lot of fits and starts with me trying to get into this area. It appears I have a shot at this. Any thoughts? I'm going to let you guys handle this one. If it's during Leo time, that should be good for you. Usually right around your birthday is a good energy astrologically.
I'm seeing her finally getting what she wants. Being successful. So I do see she's just coming up with the interview, you said?
She said it's in 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, because I see that going very well for you. I don't know what kind of an impression you're making, but there's something about making an impression. And I'm seeing things changing, like getting what you want. So if this is something you really want, I would say you got it. And also enjoying the position. I see you really feeling good about it.
Yeah, I see a man definitely being helping you out or guiding you or giving you good information. there might be some competition coming in matches your experience or something, but apparently you've got a little bit extra that pushes you over the edge. So I really do feel like you're going to be finishing what you're doing now and moving on to something else. But I also think I feel like it's going to be a lot more work.
It's funny, I got the work card here too. I was going to say, I feel like right now you're kind of disappointed with things. I just get a feeling that you, I always call this card like your ostrich with the head in the sand. It's kind of like you don't quite know where to go. It's like, I think I'd like to do that, or I think I'd like to do this, I think I'd like to do that. And I think by all means, I would apply for it. I'm not so sure. We've got a card here that just makes me wonder. I think you're very successful at what you do. And I feel that there may be some kind of competition. So if there's any kind of test or something that you want to take, maybe you need to do. I think you're worrying more about it than actually, I don't know. I was going to say have a backup plan. That would be my feeling, have a backup plan. But I do feel that in about a year from now, I feel that there is going to be something within the year around work. It's going to be a lot of hard work. I mean, you're going to be doing a lot more. You think you're going to be doing a little less, you're not. But it's all going to come out and you're going to be very happy about it. But I think right now, think this through. If you're going to have to take some tests, make sure you're really studied up for it. But I feel more of an opportunity like a little later on, like maybe about a year or two.
Kara wanted to let us know. Thank you. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Laura Lee wants to know, why can't I find a guy? Because you're a Gemini and you're all insane.
Oh.
So,
Adrian, do you have anything to say about that? We have our resident Gemini here today. I'm not that crazy. Just like a lot of different things.
I have two things to say about Gemini. 2 words. Donald Trump.
Oh,
no. I don't accept that. We're not selling that tonight. No,
His
no.
birth certificate's alive.
There you go.
Rosalind saying, thank you.
Thank you.
Joanne joined. Hi, Joanne.
Hi, Joanne.
And Rosalind Bryan joined.
Hi,
Rosalind.
Hi.
We miss you. We're having drinks and we're thinking about you. Okay. Laura Lee wrote, excuse me. I'm just joking. I digress. Okay, so Mary had a follow-up. Mary, your friend Mary had a follow-up. Like, hi again, dealing with some health issues. Does Spirit see surgery ahead and back to a normal routine? I'm a Sagittarius.
We're not doing the other question?
Oh, why can't you find a guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I pulled
Pull
cards
some
on.
cards in there. Pull some cards
I
in there.
did,
Sorry.
I
Sorry,
got
Laurel.
nothing.
I
I've
wasn't
got,
trying to move along.
yeah, not so much fun in the past and a lot of, but okay. I do have, moving into the future, I have this man who's very good, or maybe he's a boss, or maybe he's very good at his job, maybe he's in finance, and it's a very serious relationship, and it's good heart-to-heart communication, and you're gonna just feel so good. So anyway, I do see a relationship coming up. He might be older than you, though. So just keep an open mind.
Okay, I was pulling on Miriam's question.
Mary's?
Yeah, Miriam,
Oh,
Marion.
Marion, right?
Uh,
Who was it?
oh, about the health question?
Yes, yes.
That was Mary.
Oh, Mary, Mary.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Mary.
oh.
I'm sorry. Mary, I am seeing there might be need for surgery. However, it, like whatever you're being recommended to do, it is the answer to the situation. And I do see some time for recovery, but getting your health back in balance. So surgery is never fun, but it feels like it's what is necessary for recovery.
I don't know who I'm reading for because I pulled some card that doesn't sound anything like Mary. What was there another question here?
Laura wanted to know, why can't she find a man?
I think this is more with her because
Mom has a reading for you, Laura.
I think I have morals here. Let me put it back again because this was definitely about love. Okay. New opportunity. Wow, look at that.
Oh,
Around
so you
love.
see a new opportunity for her too. Good.
Around love. This
Yes.
is around love.
Yes.
Ooh, those are good cards.
Isn't that a good card?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, good.
Okay, I usually do 7. So right now there's a new opportunity. Kind of, bide your time. He's out there. You're probably going to meet him very, very soon. These are great cards. You've got the Magician. You've got the Sun card, which just means that good opportunities. Magic is going to happen. Some really, really good things around love. Queen of Hearts. I mean, you can't get any better than the Queen of Hearts. The thing of it is, I think sometimes you don't always trust yourself, or maybe trust your own intuition. You've got to start trusting a little bit more. I feel that take your time. Like anything, I'm going to be your mom here today, but take your time. And I really think that this can work out, but I do feel there is somebody coming, if it hasn't already here. And I think that it's, again, I'm going to throw out maybe in the next, 7 months, 8 months from now, maybe within the next year, there's definitely somebody coming.
Go on.
Oh, so I'm going to go back to Mary's question,
Okay.
the health question. So I agree with Wendy, or I'm getting similar energies about this. It's like, oh, I really don't want to have to deal with this procedure or this operation. And yes, you're upset about it, but it looks like it's the way to go. It's the prudent way to go. And it will bring balance back into your life, or bring balance back into your health. I have a lot of balance cards here. So it's like you have to be middle of the road, you have to be conservative with your decisions, and it will bring you back into balance, even though you don't want to do this. But it is, in the long run, a good way to go, having the surgery or the procedure.
I did one on that too, and I was going to say, I'm just going to give you the final card. At the end is good news. Everything's going to come out okay. I think you're a little worried, a little concerned about money, and concerned about either work or how things were going to work, how are going to be. But do you feel like you have to be out of work or something for a period of time? But at the end, this is a messenger of good news. So whatever it is, it's going to come out okay. So I think you really need to go through with this. I mean, if the doctor, he knows best, and if your your inner, I'm going to say your intuition tells you you need to do this, well, go ahead, because it's going to come out okay.
Okay. We had someone named Lois write in before, and she was right, hello, and Taurus. So, what I will tell you about Taurus, Uranus, which is a very outer planet that has to do with shocking change, moved into your sign. So over the next 7 years, what you need to do is learn to step outside your comfort zone very slowly, very carefully. Don't go crazy, but stepping outside your comfort zone is where all the luck is. Just something to think about. Okay, so we did Mary here. Well, Joanne says hello from Maryland. Everyone, Joanne is opening up a store in Maryland where she is in Havre de Grace, and it's going to be mainly gemstones.
Beautiful.
And when she does open it up, she's going to send me a link so we can put it on Third Eye Unplugged so people can see it. They're down that area. I'm sure it's going to be a lovely
Well, congratulations
Yes,
with that.
thing. Yeah, I'm sure she's having a nervous breakdown. about
And
it.
for all of those who don't know, Joanne worked for us here at the store.
And she's be my next door neighbor, and she's a
She's wonderful.
lovely person. She's one of the few Pisces that don't make me absolutely insane. Okay, Miriam Becker Calabrese wants to know any thoughts as to where my husband and I will settle after he retires. We were considering North Carolina or Alabama. Laura Lee said it's been 12 years. Oh, honey.
Oh, things are going to change.
I want to see the Carolinas.
Well, I'm seeing horses around you. So I don't know if you ride or if you just have a horse totem, but there's
It's
just
funny,
horses
I got my
around.
horses too.
Wow, you all hit on my worries. Thank you so much. That's why we enjoy doing this.
Miriam, it feels like the Carolinas to me. It feels like you get to, let me put it this way, it feels like you get to pick, or you go where you most want to go. Like if your husband's saying one place and you're saying the other, you win. So I guess.
Yeah, I'm getting, he's like, whatever, wherever. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. It's like, up to you, it's up to you. And you just can't decide.
I'm going to add the same thing. I really feel that your husband is really going to give it over to you to do it. And whatever it is you choose, it's going to be okay. It really is. I think you need to look at finances, look at the cost of living at the different places. There is certain things I think that are really assets with each of the locations. So I think it's going to be fun. I get a sense too, though. I know you said the Carolinas. I have a feeling that it's going to be the Carolinas at the end of the day. I think you're going to look at both of them, but I think it's going to wind up being the Carolinas.
She's saying he doesn't care, and she's saying no horses.
And you might want to Google horse totem and see what horses bring, because I see that energy around you.
It's freedom and individuality.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Paige Young would love a message.
Regarding anything in particular,
You
Paige?
gotta be a little bit more specific than that.
When's her birthday?
We don't know. She says she would like to love a message. Just give us an idea in the ballpark of what it is you want to ask about. We'll be certainly be happy to put some cards on. And what sign are you? What's your sign? What's your sign?
I was asked that.
I know.
I used to ask that of every customer who came in, so yeah.
What sign are you? Remember, people go, I'm a Gemini. It's like a one sign. So sorry.
Yeah, next time I'm not going to be Gemini.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not being a Capricorn.
What is it they say in astrology? Your punishment for having sex during the sign of the Virgin is having a Gemini child.
A little
I was lovely as a child. I
Is
don't
there
know about
anybody
now,
else
but
that we can move on to?
Paige is asking a
Oh.
spiritual business.
Oh.
She's looking about a spiritual business.
Oh,
What sign are you, Paige? Oh, your birthday is 2 days ago on the 13th.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Another Gemini.
This is a good year for you. This is a good year for you. Cancer.
Oh, Cancer, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. I got Gemini on my mind.
Right now, Jupiter is a favorable aspect to your sun sign. Right now, like the next couple months, there's really good astrology for you. There could be a lot of luck. And really, again, it's about pushing the envelope. It's about getting your face out there. And Cancer people, their strength is their ability to connect with people on a one-to-one basis. They're very good with people in a very real world way. So be out there connecting with others, and that will do good for you. Anybody else have anything to say?
I've got a great card for new beginnings, even though you have a lot of doubts. And I also have 2 new beginning cards, and one is the Ace of Pentacles, which is money and new business. And so that looks good. It also looks like that you have 2 opportunities, or maybe you get all excited about one opportunity and it doesn't work out, but it leads into another opportunity. So just, yeah, your guides are just saying breathe. I don't know why, but you're saying breathe.
I'm getting, you need to promote yourself more. I don't know if you're using social media or if you have a website, but there's something about self-promotion. You need to do it. I feel like you're a little resistant. You need to do it. You need to do it. And then I see things taking off like in a good way. They might slow down a bit and you're getting a little discouraged, but they're saying it's like that's part of the cycle or the rhythm of whatever this business is. You just have to kind of ride the wave. So don't get discouraged if it's, goes gangbusters and then you're slowing down a little bit.
Okay, I feel there's going to be a lot of hard work in this. I feel that a little bit, make sure you have enough money, because I feel that you have to have the security and also the belief in yourself and what you're doing. But there's going to be a lot of hard work. Again, I'm going to agree with Wendy. I think you have to get it out there, let people know about it. Make sure that you're just go into the different circles that would be interested in what you're doing, and put ads, go on Facebook, do whatever you need to do. You got to believe in yourself. The star card, you're the star. You're the one. It's your ideas. You're manifesting this. So make sure it's your manifestation. Listen to other people, but do it your way, And in the end, you got the Sun card, which is a great card. Everything's going to work out. It just might take you a little time to get where you're going. I was going to say the next 3 months are going to be very pertinent, very important in what you do, but it's going to work.
Marion wrote back, was just thinking my mother-in-law collects horses and she's in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go.
There we go.
Go to Carolinas. North Carolina sounds great.
Okay, so no more questions at the moment. I think unless I've skipped over somebody, and God, I hope I haven't. I'm sure.
Rob's got a question.
Rob, no. Adrian has a question. Adrian's here.
Yes, of course.
Ask a question of us.
I was thinking of changing careers.
Careers?
Yeah, either a job or actually my entire career. I'm a nurse.
Really?
Yes, I might end up staying in it, but it's been on my mind.
Oh, my goodness, Adrian.
Yeah, I know, it's a big change.
I'm not taking this one. Those are already doing it all.
What were you thinking of going into?
I don't know, that's the problem. Or, I mean, maybe it's just something strange and nursing, a little different.
Well, before we sat down, I kept calling for, I assume for you, Adrian, the Queen of Swords, but she didn't show up right now when I just pulled these cards. So you're going to stay where you are for the time being. That's just for the time being, because that's, it's the wise choice. It's like until I find out, I'm just going to stay where I am. And is there other friends or people that you work with going off and
There are.
yeah, because it's like you're looking at them
changes.
going,
Yes.
oh, wow, they've got that going, they got that going, and I want to go. Okay, so you will eventually leave what you're doing now and moving on to something else. You will be finding an opportunity, but it's really interesting. It might entail you moving first or taking a vacation and just traveling to a distant place
That's what
and
I'm
going,
thinking.
you know what? I like it here. I'm moving to Denver or wherever it might be.
Iceland.
All right.
Okay.
I want someone to like go stay with it.
You want to go visit? You want to go to
Super
vacation?
personal being, Chris.
Always. I got a Capricorn rising. We utilize it.
Yes. Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of see you staying with what you're doing too. I see a change, like it's a ways off, Adrian. There might be a change of position within what you do in the immediate future, within the year. But like change of career, I actually do. And it actually feels like you're doing something, it's still healing, but I don't know if it's more the metaphysical side of healing. Because I feel there's a lot of intuition that goes into whatever this new job is going to be. I know how intuitive you are, but that feels like it's down the line yet. It might be a number of years out, like maybe when you're close to my age. Sorry, so it's a long time. Sorry, but I do see some kind of an opportunity coming within the year where you are that you'd be happier. Well, happier.
First of all, have you been feeling like a little depressed or a little down? I feel that you're stressed out, a lot of anxiety, stressed out a little bit. Right now, you're not clear about what it is. You're at the High Priestess, though. You're opening to something else. I do believe there is going to be something else. I'm kind of going to agree with them a little bit. I don't think right this moment is a time for you to do anything, but I think coming up, my sense is maybe like next spring, and I hate to go all the way to next spring, but I think you're going to find something.
So
around-
not spring of 2019, 2020.
Yeah, I feel next spring, yeah, 2020, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, no, it's spring coming up. So that would be
2019.
2019, because I feel there is something within the year,
She said next spring. So
like something coming up here. So, I mean, but it's going to kind of, okay, there you go. Let me move on. But I just get this feeling that you're drained, or you look vibrant, but this card is kind of like you're washing out, or you're drained, or you've had it. Has there been a conflict with somebody? I feel like there's been a conflict with somebody.
Work, definitely.
Okay, all right, okay. Did somebody at work that you had a conflict, did they leave the job? Is there somebody that,
I'm hoping you do. It's hard.
Let's
Let's
see.
say about voodoo dolls.
They may. But I feel that there's no happiness in what you're doing anymore. And I think knowing you need to be inspired, okay? I feel that you're in love. Is there something with the love card, the passion card, the lust card? And it's like something a little, with the 7 of Cups, it's like it's not going the way you want it to go. It's kind of like Okay, it's not going the way you
Extremely
want it.
accurate.
But don't be, there's somebody else coming into your life.
That's what I said, once you
I've seen
touched
that.
on it too.
Yes.
Somebody else
I
coming
want to
into
say,
your
it feels
life.
like within Leo, there's something that's.
Oh, there's Leo. There's
Oh,
Leo. There we are.
Yeah, but it feels like some, not necessarily you're gonna marry the guy, but oh my God, is he gonna lift your spirits? It's like, woo!
Leo's are good at that.
Yeah.
That's good for you.
But
That's
the
good for you.
timing of Leo is when I see this coming in too, so.
And the final card I got was the Magician.
I see.
And the Magician's a great card. And it's like, you've got so many opportunities, but you've got to make them happen. The energy's going your way, but you've got to recognize it when it comes. Okay. Okay.
So I'm kind of getting your guys going, so while you're deciding to go to school,
Yes, yeah, I've been
take
thinking that,
your
yes.
classes.
Yeah, that would be
Yes,
great.
I have
What were you
been
gonna
thinking
think of studying?
that. Yeah, well, that's the thing, I'm not sure.
And it's like, will your
That's
job
what my
pay
priest
for some, will your
Oh,
job
good.
pay for something?
Yes,
Oh, good.
it
Yes.
would, yes.
So it's do something like
advantage.
that,
Yeah,
yes. That's what your guides are saying while you wait. And I'm also seeing a fella.
Oh, thank you, ladies.
There you go. A fun
Thank you,
fella,
always.
a fun
Oh,
fella.
see, I'm getting maybe a mature fella.
Well, I always think it was somebody older.
Yeah.
Oh, me, okay,
Yeah.
so that would make sense. All right.
That's
So we
what-
have
Not
your life
creepy
settled.
old, but yeah.
Like, 90 that you want.
No.
With a terrible heart condition and $10 million.
Yeah, there
We
you
have a
go.
lot of fun.
Oh, my
One,
God.
two, couple likes,
Any more questions?
well, you know, you're Jupiter and Sag this month, so that's good for Gemini people. That's relationship time.
Yeah.
Okay, Alexander. Hello, everyone. I was wondering what is coming up in the realm of romantic relationships for an oblivious Taurus man.
Oblivious. Oblivious.
He doesn't care.
Well, no, I think what he oblivious Taurus isn't always good at being able to recognize
Oh.
what's going
it's
on
there.
around them. They're
Okay.
good at what their feelings, but I don't think they're always good at being able to recognize everybody
Okay, they're
else.
oblivious.
Virgo has that going on too. Here at Science in General. Actually, I think everybody's bad at that. Right now, with Saturn trine your Sun, that's usually it's a ninth house aspect. The best well, right now, no, Venus just moved into Virgo. So what that means for you, that's Rob's laughing at me. I only had 2 glasses, please. Venus is a planet of love. It's a 5th house aspect for Taurus. So right now, over the next few weeks, is a very good time relationship-wise. Should you try to look for that? It's a good energy for you right now in that regard. I'm sure the girls will have other views on that.
I'm getting,
Careful, it's very
you have opportunities coming in for a new beginning, for love, but you're just too busy. You're too busy to deal with it. And I think maybe that's just covering up some past hard relationships. So just give it some time. I have a number of cards here that are talking about an opportunity for a new relationship. So it's kind of like you don't have to work at it. You'll be at the right place at the right time, but you'll just have to actually engage instead of saying, oh, I'm too busy, I can't deal with this. You'll actually have to make time.
That's funny, because I got the same thing, like keeping your head buried in your work, cut that out. They're saying you need to do something where you're stepping out of your comfort zone, going places you don't normally do, doing things, maybe getting on social media more, or whatever apps they have now for dating, which I'm not on either, so don't worry. But it's like, it's like doing something you wouldn't normally feel comfortable doing. And I'm seeing you actually finding something very nice, but it feels like it's about a month and a half out, but things moving forward in a really nice direction for you. But you got to get out of your comfort zone.
Okay, new beginnings. I like that. You're ready to start something new. This is my feeling. You've been hurt. There's a lot of hurt. The heart's been broken. I feel that you have been looking. I think you've been out there looking. I feel that you're a little bit confused. I think that maybe opportunities come your way. You meet somebody, but it doesn't work out. If you are in social media, I don't think it's going to work for you. I don't know why. Maybe I'm contradicting everybody. I think it's you need to get out there. I mean, here I have Taurus's card. And I feel that you're a little afraid that of being disappointed again. But you know what? Good news. Like he mentioned, Venus in Virgo. You got the Venus in Virgo cards, new good beginnings, something new around romance, and we've got here the Princess of Discs. So there's somebody coming your way. Definitely, I'm going to pick up. Well, I'm going to say within the next. I could say it could be as easy, quick as maybe this coming fall. But I'm going to say definitely within the next 6 to 8 months, I feel there is going to be somebody coming. But you've got to get a little bit better sense of self-esteem. Okay?
Uranus is in Taurus. What that means is step outside your comfort zone. This is the message tonight for Taurus people. Do something different. It doesn't have to be crazy, but step outside your comfort zone and you'll find it there. But Venus is a good energy with you right now. Okay. Paige Young. Love, companionship. She's the Cancer that wrote before. So she wants to know about love and companionship. There's a good energy for that too. Jupiter is trine your sun. The sun of astrology has to do with men in a woman's chart. So this is a favorable energy for connecting with others. Jupiter is in Capricorn right now. And that it's in Scorpio. It'll be in Capricorn next year. But Saturn's in Capricorn, close to your sun. And what that has to do with is this is actually a prime time for you to connect with a serious soulmate energy that could very well be coming into your life. Anybody else?
Yeah, I don't know if you're in a relationship or just beginning one with somebody, but I feel something moving forward. It feels like that person's like somehow already in your life. I'm not sure, but it's a feeling of this is really going to move forward in a good place for you, in a good way for you. Like I agree with Chris, the soulmate energy feeling. Absolutely.
I have, if you are just started this relationship, because I have a new beginning for you in a relationship, that try to not compare it to what you've had in the past, because the past is always pulling you down in terms of relationships, maybe just of a bad relationship. It's time to look forward. You got the Sun card, which is in your future with relationships. This is a very positive card. Also, you have very good, just strong friendships around you. So I would definitely be happy and show a lot of gratitude just for the strong friendships around you.
Probably a friend. Well, I really feel that you're ready for love. I mean, you're ready to give your heart. My sense is that I think you've been looking. I really do. I think you've been cool about it, but I think you've been looking. In fact, I think you've had a couple opportunities, couple choices, and sometimes you've made bad choices. But I really feel there has been some good, I don't know, I almost feel like, were you married once before? Or was there somebody that was a prime relationship that in some way hurt you and you need to kind of like now recuperate or think differently about relationships? But I do see love coming your way. I think there's brand new opportunity coming, and this is not that far away. It's really not. But you have to kind of let go of the past. There's going to be some real changes going on in your life, some powerful changes. And because you asked around relationships, I get a feeling it's going to be around relationships, but you've got to let something go. I don't know whether it's a preconceived idea of what you want for a mate. Maybe you've got too high a standard. I don't know if you can have too high a standard, but there's something you right now need to go to open that way for a new relationship to come in. But you've got these great opportunities card. Good things coming up. I just get some very positive things, the Wheel of Fortune. Just keep on going. Somebody's coming your way. Don't get discouraged. Actually, I don't condone gambling. I really don't. But you got the Ace, you got the 10 of Pentacles, and you got the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. So maybe go out tonight and play, I don't know.
Or go to bingo.
Paige is writing back, I'm blessed and I'm single, just cautious.
Okay.
Okay, so now someone named Meme Lorian wrote in and wanted to know, I have recently entered a relationship with a Sagittarius man. I'm wondering what may come of this relationship, and Meme Lorian is a Leo. Now, on the positive side, Leo and Sagittarius have a really good relationship energy with each other. You're both fire signs, which means you get along really well, and you have a great deal in common. The problem is that Sagittarius, unless Sagittarius is a sign that has a hard time settling down to one long-term relationship unless there's a lot of other factors in their chart. And once they get over a certain age, once they're kind of over the midlife hump, they're a lot more able to settle down to something long-term and be devoted. But before that, they're sort of like somebody at a banquet. They're going to try everything before they sit down with their plate. And Leo has zero patience. So I hope that helps. Okay, and anybody else have any? Page one lets know that she understands and yes, it resonates. That's the Cancer that we were reading. Okay, anybody for the Leo? With the
Well,
Sagittarius?
I have this really strong male personality in your card spread here, and that must be your Leo. I don't know if the person isn't showing you as much attention though as you would like right now. So I don't know if you're thinking this may not be the best relationship for you, but it's not time to let go. It's worth working through, and I suppose I just feel this really strong personality. So this man must have a lot of strong, just this is the way it is kind of personality. And so you just have to stand up for who you are and make your needs known, and that'll kind of smooth things out. Not that I'm seeing that there's a problem. I'm just getting a little overwhelmed by this personality that's so strong. And I see you moving forward with grace and ease in the relationship.
I'm seeing this feeling like it's starting out nicely, but it feels like you're the one who's like, well, you're ready to go forward really fast, and he's like, oh, we're taking this time along, getting it that way. But I agree with Trish, like there are just things that need to be worked out and discussed, and I think these are things you don't normally open yourself up to discussing. I'm not sure what that would be, but it's like you need to be open and discuss your feelings and thoughts about the relationship and the way it's moving. And it will work, but it's gonna take time.
I just say, I think to go easy, take your time, don't rush into it. I think that you've given it some thought. You're the Leo, right? You're the Leo.
Yes, Leo.
My sense is that it
I'm
is.
assuming it's a she. Yeah, I'm assuming it's a she.
Yeah. Well, whoever it is, it's new opportunity around the Leo. However, you might find yourself having to give a little bit more than what you want. I think that it's like he's going to want a lot. And I don't know if that's Sag, but I kind of feel that way. Continue with it. I think that you need to be in that relationship because there's something you're learning about it, but it's going to go through some kind of metamorphosis. It's going to be different. I'm going to say 6 months from now than it is right now. I was going to say there is a lot of, I think, a feeling that maybe he needs to be nurtured, or you feel you want to take care of him or nurture him. There's a lot of good feelings right now. But again, all I'm going to say is hang in there. Something's going to happen to change things around a little bit. So you're going to have to weather that. There's something going to come up, and I don't mean to put a damper in it, but something will come up. But I think that it will endure if both of you are mature and you both can see this with compassion and love and be able to honor and respect each other. And it's good. It's not bad. But I just feel that there's a lot of things you two guys have to work out.
Okay, I hope that helps. Okay, let's see if anybody else, we're getting maybe about 5 more minutes or so. If anybody else has any questions. We'll wait for somebody else to write in. So, any other interesting things to talk about? While we're waiting for, she says, thank you so very much. She asked about the eclipse. There is an eclipse on the 20th, not her.
Oh,
One time. Then Lauren said, thank you.
Oh, you're
Oh,
Thank you very much. We have an eclipse on the 27th, and that's July 27th, and it is the full moon in Aquarius conjunct Mars in retrograde. Mars is in Aquarius in retrograde. Mars in Aquarius is a difficult energy to begin with. Mars is our vitality, our strength, and our energy. Once in Aquarius, there's a rebellion, just for the sake of rebellion, energy to it. It is at its closest approach. The 27th is the point of the year where Mars is the closest that it is to the Earth. So its energy is very strong. It's the closest it's been since 2003. You know, when the memes are going around that it was going to be bigger than the full moon.
Oh,
That won't happen.
remember.
Ever you look up in the sky and Mars is as big as the full moon, bend over,
Oh.
kiss your ass goodbye. It's over. That will never happen. Mars is never more than a point of light in the sky. So, but it's going to be real close, and the moon will be right in the same place in the sky. So those energies combine. Moon in Aquarius can be an invigorating time. It's a time for creativity, for new beginnings, for opening yourself up to new possibilities. But I would caution everybody around the 27th that if you're making change and plans for change, lay it down, write it out, plan it out in a methodical way. Don't just go nuts and do something without thinking about
Looking at Adrian here.
it. But that's the energy of it. You don't want to do something without thinking about it. You want to come up with a plan for long-term change, not just do it like that, because that's the worst thing you can possibly do. It could be a little bit of volatile time as far as what's going on the world stage. Things are nuts right now. It can get a lot worse. So, you know, there's that to look forward to. Okay, Paige is saying, thank you all for sharing your beautiful gifts. I enjoyed this. Have a great evening. Oh, thank you so much,
Oh,
Paige.
thank
you.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
so sweet. Thank you. Okay. So does anybody else have any questions? You give us, give us a shout, but we're going to be going off any second. I know there's some people lurking. There's some friends of mine that have been lurking. Laura Lee, thank you for all your input. It's been so interesting. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Laura Lee.
You've been putting up with an evening of Gemini abuse.
That's every day for me.
I do it on a daily basis with her. Seriously.
It humbles
I
me.
think I do abuse Gemini on a daily basis, don't I? I do.
You
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
You need to be humble. It's fine.
Thank you, Laurel. Thank you. Okay. Leanne is a Virgo. Hi. Virgo, Andrew is saying, great seeing everyone. Thanks for doing this. You had no questions, Andrew. Leanne is saying, I'm a Virgo. Virgo is supposed to be a good time, and we talked about this earlier with somebody else who was a Virgo. It's a good time for hard work leading to positive results, but it takes a while. If you're putting a lot of effort into something, don't expect breakthroughs right now. It's going to take a little bit, it can take a year or two before you see some really positive results. But all the hard work you're doing will lead to positive results. Okay. And Leanne is also saying hi. Hi. Okay. And I haven't guilted Andrew into asking us a question. Okay. So, anybody else have any questions?
We have to have a question for the pyramid.
Yes, that's what I
Oh,
was thinking.
You're going to have a question for the pyramid. Okay.
Oh, the pyramid. Yes.
Pyramid.
Will Adrian find a career that's satisfying to her soon?
Your luck may be changing.
No!
Changing, great.
Will Adrian find a relationship with somebody who is wonderful and sane?
Don't push that.
The outcome is death.
Will Adrian find a relationship with someone who's exciting and different? Maybe it's a little crazy like her.
What you see is soon to be yours.
Oh,
Oh, we do love the pyramid.
And Adrian.
Yes.
That's how I used to distract people that came into the store.
Yes. Yes. Okay, well, I think that we're getting close to wrapping up. Does anybody else who's out there have any questions? Just a second, and if not, we're going to call it to a close tonight.
okay.
Anybody have anything that they
So
want to?
what's the story with Capricorn for 2 years? What do we have?
Saturn is in Capricorn right now, and it will be there for another 2 years.
years, so- Same as.
Yeah, it brightens up a bit in the fall of 2019 when Jupiter was into Capricorn.
Yay.
But Laurel says, when again? I don't know what when again means. I mean, when is the next podcast? 2 weeks from now? Is that? Yeah, 2 weeks from now. So it's the 29th, yeah? Is that right? I don't know.
That's a good day.
It should be. If not, it'll be a different day.
If you're not, it's okay.
If not, it's
Two
okay.
Sundays away.
Well, because because Erica's birthday is on the 29th.
Oh, that's
so
right,
so we
yeah.
may have a different. The 29th. The 29th. Okay. But Jupiter will be in Capricorn next fall, the fall of 2019. So that takes a little bit of the stress energy off. But yeah, Saturn's with you guys. This is Saturn time. This is our work. It
Yay.
leads someplace.
And well,
Yeah.
good.
Well,
yeah, but-
Oh.
You see, what's complicated about this is we've got, we'll definitely announce Laurel, no question. It'll be all over the place. We'll have it up. Okay, everybody's. But Uranus is making what we call a fifth house of aspect to Capricorn. So what that means is Uranus is the planet of unusual change, and stepping outside your comfort zone is in the house of romance and gambling and creativity. So you've got Saturn on your sun, which is making you more cautious than usual. But the message from the universe is saying, do something
Be
daring.
crazy.
So you have to find yeah, it's hard.
Let's go to AC.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, Marion says, awesome. See you in 2 weeks. Thanks again. Thank you, Marion.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mary. Take
Thank you.
care.
Thank you.
Hey, Joe, we're just going offline, but thanks for logging in. But we're going to be logging off. Okay, so the next one will be in 2 weeks. We thank everyone here tonight. Trish and Wendy, Trish Josephs and Wendy Rapp. They are both readers here at Earth Spirit New Age Center. My mother and I, Joycelyn Lidos, and I own the store. We are all available for readings here. And we are at 25 Thomas Street in Red Bank. And Adrian is a Gemini.
She's our store mascot.
That's true.
So thanks for everyone. Thanks for Rob, who's off camera, for putting all this together and being the person behind the scene and keeps us going. Joe says, sorry I was late, just finished a psychic fair. Great to see you all for the moment, though. It's great to see you too, Joe. We'll see you soon. Okay? Take care. Okay. Oh, Marley says thank you. Of course. Okay, so we're going to sign off.
Take care.
And thanks everybody for being on. Take care.